Hi, my name is Alyssa Simon, and this is my video discussion on ethical violations and board discipline. In this specific article that I read, Faber, Wu, and Bartlett 2023 examined different disciplinary actions within the state psychology licensing board, and they also found different patterns that were extremely prevalent when it comes to early career psychologists. So this article was about psychologists. And the authors reported concerns of, disproportionate sanctions, of big lack of transparency, and power imbalances that may disadvantage newer professionals who have a limited amount of legal knowledge and have fewer advocacy resources. So common disciplinary issues identified in the study included boundary violations, documentation, and just not being able to record what they different records and things of that nature in the proper manner. So they were having record keeping problems, having different competency concerns, ethical decision making errors, impairment related issues, and also supervision and administrative failures as well. And overall, this article really emphasizes the different potential inconsistencies and how different cases or clients may be handled, and also raise the importance of looking into these concerns when it comes to fairness in board disciplinary processes. So when looking over the North Carolina Board's website, the article did coincide with different disciplinary actions that took place, but they were just in different instances. But you can see how this article could relate to different cases and different instances as well. And the main difference was that this specific article talked about psychologists and not specifically clinical mental health counselors. But again, there were different instances to where the disciplinary actions, could have lined up and pretty much did line up. So in a specific case that I looked at on the North Carolina Board of Licensed Clinical Mental Health Counselors, there was a respondent who submitted fraudulent Medicaid claims for services that were not rendered to 21 clients, and this person also pleaded guilty to 21 felony counts of obtaining property of false pretenses. So this behavior violated, of course, several provisions when it came to the ACA Code of Ethics, the American Counseling Association 2014, which included, honesty and integrity, knowledge and compliance with the ACA Code of Ethics and their standards, and just a primary responsibility to promote client welfare as well, and the North Carolina State Code, which addresses, different felony convictions, fraud, and unprofessional conduct. So the outcome of this case was this specific person had 90 days of confinement, 60 months of supervised probation, restitution of $71,000. She had to surrender her license, and she was prohibited from reapplying until the removal of until the removal from the federal exclusion list. And the ACA Code of Ethics, also states that different counselors must monitor themselves in impairment and refrain from practicing when impaired, and emphasizing personal responsibility, and also early intervention, which is something that is extremely important to make sure that you are doing everything that you can do to make sure that you are doing everything legally, professionally, and in a correct manner. So from a faith perspective, integrity and stewardship, in my opinion, are extremely foundational. And in an ethical practice, it reflects accountability, not just to yourself or for your clients, but also, holding yourself accountable, and you showing that accountability to the Lord as well, which I feel like when it comes to me, will shape my commitment to honesty, consultation, and also transparency in any situation that could risk board discipline. And just reading all these cases and things of that nature makes it makes me want to continue to be honest and just have that transparency so that I won't, put myself in these predicaments and these situations to where I could lose my license and things of that nature when I do become a clinical mental health counselor. So, yeah, again, the ethical practice definitely reflects accountability, not just only to the board as well, but again to God, and just that accountability that I have to hold to myself, that being truthful is so important, and just being honest and making sure that I'm doing the best that I can as a professional is extremely important. So yes, thank you.